Hello dear participants, welcome to a new tutorial from Logi presented by me, Sami Khiami. Our session for today is about Scratch. Scratch is a visual development environment dedicated to beginners that want to learn about programming. Uh, Scratch is developed by MIT, and uh, the idea is to use the uh, programming blocks instead of writing the program using any programming language. You will use blocks to build your program. The first thing that we will start with is to identify different zones in the Scratch layout. So if you look at the Scratch, and here we are using the version 1.4, and later on I will explain why we are using that specific version, not the latest version, because the latest version of that software is version 3 and we have like another version 2.2, so we're using 1.4 for a specific purpose. So the layout itself, we will notice that we have that white area here with like stop button and a green flag. This area is the stage. This is where everything that will happen on that stage. So if we are creating an animation, if we are creating any kind of software, everything that will be shown on that screen. And as you see, like even the layout itself can be changed using one of those three available modes. So if you go to the switch to full stage mode, this will make that area, which is the stage, bigger and take a little bit from the other zones. Or you can go with presentation mode where only the stage will be shown. And with that in mind, we can just click on exit and go back to our work. The stop and green flags, normally stop is used to stop the execution of any program, and the flag, the green flag, is to start or initiate or run any program. Okay, so this is the stage zone. Under the stage zone, you'll see in the stage zone, you'll see that cat character. The cat character is the main logo for Scratch itself, so this is why you will see that cat here on the stage. This cat or any other image or content that you put on the stage called sprite, and you can create or use any sprite using that zone here. So you see that anything that you have, any character or any sprite that you have on your stage, you will have it here listed. So if I decided to select from available sprites, I can click on choose a new sprite from file. If I want to draw my own sprite, I can use that icon, and to add a random sprite, I can click on the third one. In my case, I will add something from the available, maybe a crab. As you see, adding one of those will show that item on the stage and on the list of the sprites. Okay. So to control any of those content, like we can move those directly or drag directly those using the mouse. We can just drag anything over using the mouse. So if we want any or more option, we right click on the sprite. We right click on the sprite. You see we have a set of options What I'm interested in is to get rid of that cat, so I'll delete the cat. So right click, delete. Okay, so I have the graph now. Now, the next step or next area is the script area. And you'll see at the script area we have multiple tabs that we can switch between. Mainly, this area is dedicated to scripts. So everything that we will build, all the blocks that we will add will be added in this area. If we want to control or see the information related to any of our uh, sprites, the information can be set here. So we can edit, copy, paint, import, get information from camera, so we can get new customs. And if we are controlling or importing recording sound, we can add that here. I will only focus on script part, and again, we are not starting anything. We are only trying to explore what are the main zones that we have in Scratch 1.4. So one of the most important parts also is the that zone. This zone is the category and block zones. So if you look at the upper side or upper part of that left side list, so you will see that you have motion control, sensing, looks, etc. Those are the main categories for the list of the blocks, programming blocks that will be shown down there. So if we click on control, we see all the blocks related to control, motion, all the blocks related to motion, sensing, looks, sound, operators, variable, pen, etc. Everything related to the specific type or category of blocks that we're dealing with. Now, it is important to know whenever you want to use any of those blocks, you will drag your content toward the script area. Okay, so the first part, which is the different zones in the Scratch 1.4, is covered. So again, repeating, this is the stage area, and this is a sprite that we did use from the library that we have, or we can, if we want, we can click on that brush here and go to editor and create our own sprite. Okay, to delete any sprite or to control any sprite, duplicate whatever, you can right click over it and select delete or duplicate or whatever. Okay, uh, now let's start with finding out what we can do with the Scratch. First, we mentioned that Scratch is a visual programming environment. So we are talking about programming. First, let's see what is a program. A program is a set of instructions. So, like a sequence of instructions that you give to the computer to execute. Okay. So, from that point of view, you can look at those blocks that we have here as instructions. So mainly we are talking about adding a list of instructions. So anything that we drag here is an instruction that we want the computer to execute. Okay. So is there any kind of uh, relation between those different type of instruction? Yes, there is some rules that we should follow. But since we are beginning with using programming and trying to program, we don't know those rules very good. So the rules are embedded in the way those different parts are connected. So you see, when you try to attach different parts or different instructions, those instructions will take a specific kind of uh, positioning, and this depends on the shape of each of those blocks. So if you cannot just go and throw something uh, like or attach something to specific kind of sequence if it does not fit that specific positioning. So as example, if I'm trying to bring something, so I'll try to bring something. So so let's say that one. So whenever wherever you put that one, it will not fit because it does not have any kind of specific place or specific shape to fit the shape that we want to attach that to. So they, oh, in here I mean MIT, the developer, so embedded some kind of rules to make things easier for us. So if it doesn't fit, so this will not work here. So this is the main rule. Okay. So let's start first by understanding a little bit about programming. So we mentioned that a program is a set of instructions. Now, looking at different type of instructions. So normally, everything that we can do will map back to one of three things. Flow, so we are going with the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4. So as example, I'm putting this and this and this. So this, I call that a flow. Okay, there's nothing. So the execution is coming from that uh, instruction to that instruction to that instruction to that instruction. So it's a flow. Okay, that flow might change based on a decision that I should make. Okay, so decisions normally related to controls, and control normally when you take a decision, normally you have a condition. So if we look at something like, if something happened, do that, or if something happens, do that, otherwise do that. So those are kind of blocks that will change the sequence. So depending on a specific conditions, we are going to execute different things. So it's not a flow anymore. This is a decision making thing, and depending on what we have, we can act differently. Okay, so flow, decision. Now the third type of blocks is the one related to looping. So sometimes I need to go back and repeat a specific block. Go back and repeat, 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 repeat. So that kind of structure is essential in lots of software or lots of programs that we create. And normally this repetition can be like repeating for a specific number of times. So here repeat 10, like 10 times, or can be repeat forever, or can be something like repeat till or until a condition happens, etc. So we spoke about three types of blocks in general. I'm sorry, not blocks, of instructions. The flow instructions. So when we execute one instruction, then jumping directly to the next one, and that's it. The decision making instructions, or I call it the if or if else. So here we will have to specify a condition, and based on that condition something will happen or something else will happen. And the last thing is the looping structure. As you see that everything in a way will map to one of those three. Okay. Now, if we want to go deeper into more details, yes, there's lots of category, as we mentioned earlier, that will help you to decide which one of blocks you're dealing with. So, when we want to start this program, we can mention that with the control that when you click the green flag, this is when you click the green flag, start a loop forever. And that loop, inside that loop, what we should do is we need to move that grab to, so this is moving, so this is motion, move it 10 steps. Now if we click on that one, our character or our sprite will move to the right 10 steps. Why to the right? We can decide that. We can decide that. So our character moved to 10 steps. Let's try something. We have in the control part, we have something called, I'm sorry, in the motion part, we have something called if on edge bounce. So if you reach the edge, bounce. So bounce will change the directions and change the um, like the orientation of the sprite itself. So let's try that and run it. Whoa, it's going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So this is the first part of our tutorials uh, regarding Scratch. Again, we in that fast tutorial we covered what is Scratch in general. We spoke a little bit about the layout of Scratch 1.4. Then we moved to speak a little bit about what is a program and what are different types of structures that we have in a program, and we differentiate between the flow, decision making, or loop. Then we explored a little bit about the different category of blocks that we have in Scratch. The coming part will cover different functionalities based on the block related to that functionality. Thank you. See you in next tutorial.